Hi, I'm David Hankins,
And I'm Paul Hankins.
and we're two of the creators of everyone's favorite comic book, Power Squared. And we're here this week to talk about what's going on this week with the comic book. One thing you might notice is that we've actually been able to change the name of the channel to Power Squared Comic.
So now we won't be confused with that other Power Squared channel.
Yeah, so no more looking for religious enlightenment here.
If that's what they are.
Yeah, we don't really know, but it seems like it's a little more that than what we are. And we're going through and updating our image, or what do you call it, the avatar, to no longer reflect Christmas, since that season has now passed. So that should be back next year, but right now we're back to the normal avatars.
Yeah.
Okay. So this week in Power Squared, we're starting to work on issue number 10. Rachel has sent us a couple more characters that are introduced in the story, as well as the first 8 pages in thumbnails. Became last night, which was Saturday night. We haven't really had a chance to look at them, and we will and get back to her. But so that is still moving forward. And our colorist just sent us pages 13 through 16 of issue 9. So that's moving forward as well. So that's good. We want to try to wrap that up hopefully this month, and keep going on 10, 11, and 12. Right, which are the next 3 issues. I always kind of forget what the numbering is.
So it happens when you work on multiple things at once.
Yeah, and because you're kind of up here, up thinking ahead like 12, 13, and also editing 8 and 9. And so we did some edits on 8, little minor stuff. I don't know if they've been completed yet or not, but just some minor changes to that. And so everything's kind of moving forward. The plan is still to try to kickstart 10, hopefully in February. And if you're watching this, look forward to that. And we're going to still submit. I was going to hopefully do it this weekend, but I guess not. To Comixology 6 and 7 to try to get those set up for publication as well. So if you've been watching us the last few weeks, we've been talking about the origin of characters. And we've gone through the first one, of course, were Marty and Eli. And then we did Mocha and Uncle Brian and Jennifer Perry. And then we did Kirby, Steve, and Don. And this week we're moving on to villains in the comic book, because what's a comic book without villains? And the first 2 are Dr. Horatio Atlas and Instructor Miller, Agnes Miller. We gave her a first name after a while. Yeah. So who is Dr. Atlas?
Well, he's sort of the main antagonist of the whole story. Even if he's not actively involved, he's still involved in some capacity behind the scenes. We based him sort of on Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
It's sort of an evil Doc Brown.
Yeah.
Not the lovable guy that Christopher Lloyd plays, but
so Atlas is using his followers, including Miller, to help him obtain the Viribus compound in Marty and Eli's bloodstream, the compound that helps with their powers.
Yeah, Alice has a theory that people with powers have a compound in their blood that he's called the Viribus compound.
Yeah.
And he wants to harvest that
so he can synthesize it and give other people powers so that he can create an army of sorts.
Yes, super soldiers. That's all in the I guess the first issue or second issue, first or second issue. You need to look at those for his introduction. But he's not the one that discovers the boys have these powers. That is one of his followers, and her name is Instructor Agnes Miller. And she is obviously not a doctor, and she's not a full professor. She's an instructor, so she's kind of down the
totem pole
of college professors or teachers, what do you want to call them. And so she has gleamed on to the charismatic Dr. Atlas and is anxious to help him. And she discovers that the two boys are showing that they have these powers. There's a better word for it. So she tells Dr. Atlas that I think I found two. And so that starts the whole Dr. Atlas being after the boys. And it's right after the boys discover they have the powers, then suddenly there's somebody that wants to take them away.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the, and he's, as Paul said, not always in every issue, but he is sort of behind the scenes, and it is people that are trying to make his dream come true that are really after the boys in subsequent issues. And we'll get into those next week.
Yes.
We talk about the next two villains that we'll be discussing. So anyway, but visually, so with Dr. Atlas, we were trying to look a little bit like Christopher Lloyd, character Doc Brown, and for Instructor Miller, we wanted her to be a little bookish.
Yeah.
And I forgot who we sort of found some people to kind of use as examples for her.
I also forgot.
So really well prepared. Anyway, so I guess we'll hopefully have that answer next week. Again, we encourage you to subscribe to this well-polished presentation that we do once a week. And you can subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified of future episodes
when they get posted.
Right. When we're trying to post every Sunday afternoon, if you haven't figured that out. And we'll be back. I guess still the offer is up. If we get 5 likes on this, we'll bring Trevor into the blog.
Yes.
And is there anything else you want to talk about?
No.
Okay. Well, then.
Not this week.
Okay. So until next week, I'm David Hankins.
I'm Paul Hankins.
And this has been a week in Power Squared.